Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis and we talk about so much on this channel. I've got some new subscribers, hey crew, and so I just wanted to talk a little bit more about what we talk about on this channel. So we talk about psychology, spirituality, animals, fashion, fitness, all the things that make life interesting. Today's video I want to do my makeup. I've got my mirror right here, and I thought I would just do a little get ready with me. I'm actually going nowhere. It's a Sunday. I don't plan to leave the house. So what better opportunity than to do a get ready with me with you all. I'm going to do my everyday makeup, and then I'm going to talk about dating culture. I want to be clear that this is not dating advice because I don't really have any to give in this day and age, but I do want to talk about my thoughts and opinions on it and sort of like critique what I've been noticing in my own experience and what's playing out in like mainstream media and everyday life. So I've got my notes on here. I'm gonna do my makeup. Let's get into it. So I recently went on a date with someone. I'm gonna keep their name anonymous. And one thing that I've noticed about dating culture for me is that I have focused on if they like me. And I've noticed this trend with women in my experience. I don't know if it's like I've been taught to people please or whatever the case may be, but I've just never wanted to, I've always worried about upsetting or hurting other people's feelings. And so with that like mindset going into dating, I'm always concerned about the other person. Do they like me? Are they comfortable, etc.? And it wasn't until recently where I decided to actually make the focus about, do I like them? Because I like me, and if they don't like me, okay, that's not a big deal. That's just on them, and they have a personal preference. It's like an ice cream flavor, you know? Like, not everyone is gonna like mint chocolate chip. So once I started to kind of think in that way, it really made the date a lot more fun. And that brings me to my next point, which is detaching from, excuse me, the outcomes. And this is really hard because it's really easy to get your hopes up with dating. Okay, so I put in my concealer, just a little in here. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do my brow pencil. I'm not doing like any foundation today. I'm just covering with concealer. So I'm gonna brush out my brows. So I realized that the more I detach from the outcome, and the outcome that I was white knuckling was, I want this to be it so that I don't have to quote unquote suffer anymore and continue dating. And dating is supposed to be fun. And so if the more that I can detach from dating being tied to I need to find someone, and letting dating be more tied to how can I explore myself and other people, and leave it at that. It's sort of like a do it for the plot kind of vibe where you really are just having fun, dressing up, getting to know people, trying new restaurants. If you wouldn't go there by yourself or with a friend, don't go there on a date, right? So like, if you don't like coffee and you wouldn't go to a coffee, I don't know, if like coffee dates or vibes, that's not your thing, then don't do that. The one that I went on, we just went to like a bar that I actually had been wanting to visit for a really long time, and I couldn't get my friend to go with me. So I thought it would be a perfect opportunity. When he suggested that, I was like, that's great, because I've been wanting to go there, right? So it's already something that I'm looking forward to doing. So the outcome isn't about the person, it's about the experience. It's like, okay, great, on this day I'm getting to experience this new restaurant, this new bar that I haven't been to before, that I'm really excited to go to. I'm really excited to get dressed up for, to look at the people that go there, look at the food and drinks and taste, and really involve yourself in the experience, being more fun. Okay, so with that being said, the reason why it's important to detach from, this like hyper romanticized outcome is because it's not going to work out with every single person. In fact, the person that I did go out with, I had a good time and it was a fun date. I just didn't really vibe with that person. I just didn't think that like we had as much in common as I thought we did, which is fine. Sometimes, you get vulnerable, you get dressed up, you leave your house, right? You leave your pets, and you end up going on a date and it ends up not being that great, or you're stuck with a little bit of disappointment after. That's what I was facing. But the more I detached from making it about that person and how it didn't work out, and made it more so about, well, at least I had a positive experience, then I started to feel a lot better. And I think with dating culture and all of the TV shows, the reality TV, the game shows, it sort of made marriage and commitment this like holy grail, and not all relationships need to be that. That's not necessarily the holy grail. A lot of relationships can serve a lot of different purposes. This brings me to my next point. So after the date, I caught an Uber home, and he said, text me, let me know that you got home so I need to be safe. I was like, great, like I appreciate that. So I did that. And then that also prompted us to talk about like, okay, are we feeling this? Are we going to continue? And I just said like, no, I'm not really feeling it. And he was like, okay, wish you best of luck. And I was like, same to you. And sometimes that kind of sucks. It's like, aw, even though, it didn't go anywhere, it was still an experience worth having. So just because something doesn't go in the direction that you want it to doesn't mean that it's not an experience worth having. I think the ego likes to frame it as everything needs to equal a goal, an achievement, outcome, or else it's not valuable or productive or worthy, or whatever it may be. That's not true, in my opinion. But what I really wanted to point out here was that there was no ghosting, right? There was no like texting for days on end. There was no, like, I think the whole process, I was pretty straightforward. I was like, I'm not much of a texter. He was like, okay, great, me neither. So we didn't really text, but we just texted to make plans. And I was very proud of myself. This is me tooting my own horn, because sometimes I avoid conflict, and I do that by avoiding conflict-inducing communication. And so it's uncomfortable to just like deal with the feeling that like, oh, this didn't work out, and like we kind of both are going our separate ways. And I would postpone feeling that disappointment by not responding. And so what I realized is that I was avoiding my emotions, basically. Going forward with this person, right after the date, I was really open that I just wasn't interested in taking it further, and we both agreed on it and moved on. There's something super like mature and adult about just being like, great, I had fun, but I don't really think this is gonna go anywhere for me. And let's be honest, transparent, and open up front instead of later. Even on the date, I asked like, okay, what are you looking for? That doesn't make me, I don't think, like clingy or needy. I'm just genuinely curious, and I want to make sure that we align before moving forward. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong. I think women and dating culture has like brainwashed women into thinking that we need to be like hush hush and quiet, and every text message and word that we say needs to be in code to like mean something else. It doesn't. You can simply just not want to go any further with someone and just say that and move on. I'm just setting with a Laura Mercier powder. I recently started setting my concealer, and it's really been a game changer with my makeup. Okay. Now that it's been a few days and it's concluded, and I've kind of dealt with like the disappointment that like it didn't work out, but one thing that I've added to my toolkit as a result of this is what a blessing it is to be single again. I know that being single is tough. Like, singlehood has its good days and its bad days, just like being in a partnership. And so this is the Rare Beauty mascara. It's so good. I got the mini and it's incredible. I love it. I only do just like one or two little wiggles, and then it just really elongates your lashes very quickly. I barely have to use much. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Long story short, there's things to appreciate in singlehood. And one of my favorite books for doing that is by Shani Silver. It's called Single Revolution, and it helps single women reframe their singlehood. So for example, if you are like sleeping, let's say you live alone, you're sleeping alone, instead of viewing it as like I'm sleeping alone, you can view it as I get the whole bed to myself. And so as things, didn't work out and I have to quote unquote go back to the drawing board if I choose, I'm probably just gonna take another break. I know that like there's so much to appreciate about being single. Like, for example, being able to make decisions without having to ask or confirm with anybody about that. Like that, woo, It's such a great feeling. Okay, I'm gonna take this Freckle XL freckle maker. I got it, I don't know, sorry y'all, at Sephora. I think it's cute for just like adding little indents to your beauty marks, or adding little, adding to your beauty marks and making them more visible and impressionable. This is the brown color because even though I have like dark moles, I still want to err on the lighter side. And I really just go in wherever I feel like, but I can't really talk, so here, here. It's okay if they're not perfect. I'm also like not going anywhere. This is just for my enjoyment. Sometimes I'll take my thumb and I'll just like press them in so that they are a little bit lighter. Make some lighter others. Okay. And it's really humid outside, so my hair is just kind of, I don't know, it's just doing its own thing. I just want a little lip stain, so I'm just gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury and dab it on my lips. I'm not gonna do the whole like lip liner thing. Just a little bit of color. See, it's just cute. And then sometimes I'll take it out of my nose so that I kind of have a little bit of color left over, color my cheeks. Okay, so this is the final look. You know, if you're out there dating, continue to just make it about having fun and expanding your experience and who you are and your social network. Hopefully this video was helpful. I got a little bit vulnerable. I also was all over the place. Let me know what other videos you all want to see from me. I've been getting a lot more traction and views, and I want to know what you all want to see. So yeah, love you all. Have an amazing rest of your day, and bye.